Hey everyone, welcome to Pickleball and Beyond. My name's Ryan.
My name is Vino.
Today we are looking at the Wickle Elite, which is soft as silk. So Vino, jump into your initial thoughts on this paddle.
Comes in a lovely box.
Awesome.
Lovely kind of a design. I like the grip. The grip is slightly, by just a little bit, thicker than the regular grips. Usually the grips come at about either 10 to 11. This actually comes at about 11.75 centimeters. So slightly thicker grip. Feel is very nice, like the design. Something I did want to touch about is the feel of the carbon fiber. This feels very much like the Warrior V2, where it is the carbon fiber that feels almost like a cloth. It's the liquid carbon fiber.
Yep.
In relation, right? See, if you touch that and touch this, it feels very similar, whereas you touch a regular carbon fiber, it has kind of a different feel.
Hear it.
And it plays very much like that.
Yes.
What kind of paddle would you call this?
So definitely, as you know, our title of how it's soft as silk alludes to, this could be a control player's dream.
Oh, yes.
It's definitely where this paddle shines, who it's for in our eyes.
Yeah.
So
let's start with in the kitchen line. How did you like it? What was the feel of it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I loved, you know, for the highlight of this paddle for me by far is the dinking with this paddle. I felt super comfortable at the kitchen line using it. I mean, you could place your dinks wherever you wanted, generated a decent amount of backspin when, you know, trying to keep the ball really close to the net. But overall, it felt like it had a pretty forgiving sweet spot on those dinks.
Yep. The twist weight on this comes at about 5.4, so really forgiving as far as the sweet spot goes.
It's definitely forgiving. And then the other aspect of the control, as far as, you know, hitting third shot drops, it had a nice dwell time on this paddle, which I prefer. I definitely prefer. I felt comfortable right away hitting those drops, and the resets on this paddle were also very nice.
Right.
So the control of this paddle overall was just. It was outstanding. I really enjoyed it. That was the highlight of it by far.
The weight on this came at about 7.9. The swing weight around 119. So very maneuverable as well. Like, you know, on the kitchen line, you know, it's very maneuverable. So let's jump into power, especially from your baseline. How do you feel this paddle feels like?
So that was where I was hoping to get just a little bit more from it. It was like a typical amount of power, and that's why, you know, it's definitely a control-oriented paddle. Like it had some zip to it, but it was just like, you know, like it was about.
It played like a 16 millimeter paddle.
It played like that. Perfect way to put it. It was like what you'd expect from a 16 millimeter paddle. It didn't blow your mind away, but it wasn't like, you know, you could definitely put a point away as far as moving up to the baseline with like my overhead smashes. It was like, you know, it's a typical 16 millimeter paddle, not out of this world, not a disappointment. But it's just average.
It's funny that you should say that, because even the balance point came very close to the center, right? So it's not top heavy. So it plays it measures exactly how you kind of describe it. And I felt like even picking it up, it was very adaptable. It was easy to take and start playing right off the bat. Let's talk about the value proposition.
Yeah, so currently the MSRP is running at $139.99, which I think is a very fair price for this paddle.
Yes, I think it's well priced. It's fairly well priced.
And that price point, it's targeting someone who, I think it kind of targets my game almost. I really like to hit, it's awesome for hitting third shot drops. It has that really nice dwell time on it. And I just, like I said, I personally wanted just a little more zip on the ball for hitting some of those drives from the baseline.
And I think coming at 7.9, this is a paddle that actually you can use some lead tape to weight it up, and then you're just going to get that, right? So I always prefer something lighter that you can weight up, because if you have a balanced paddle that's already coming at about 8.2, 8.3, it's very hard to balance.
That would already be heavier than some players.
So from that perspective, I think it really does well. It's well adaptable. Just even it has good spin. Even when I was serving from the back, you know, you were able to grab it.
It definitely was better. I noticed from, you know, like the slower ones. Again, we've noticed a similar pattern. If it has really awesome dwell time, we know the slow ones. You know, you're gonna get lots of revolutions on the ball versus the fast ones. It was like a typical amount.
So overall, it was a really great paddle. Please subscribe, comment. We love hearing from you. It kind of helps our channel. If you want to demo this paddle, please feel free to reach out to us in the southern Minnesota area. And looking forward to seeing you in another paddle review.